Travis Hunter's situation just keeps getting worse. This guy is dealing with a woman that clearly is showing that she is not interested in all elements, in all levels. But I'm saying this to say, like, yeah, you can be with somebody for 5 years, but if they're showing literally inconsistency, a lack of wanting you that bad, friend zone, I'm being real, y'all. Friend zone in different elements, different perspectives of when she's perceiving herself to look like, yeah, I gave him a chance. I made this happen for us. Or not to say those are exact words, but I'm saying how I took it as in like, even the idea of like, I didn't really want him before. He was younger than me. Like, those are actual things that she said. But the idea of it is she never fully wanted him. Recently, a news that came up is that she wasn't even going to be about him fully. And she only became even about him fully because of her brother. Now, again, I'm trying to just go based off of facts and then what might not be actual factual. With that being said, there's a lot going on with this situation. Now, the carry out about this, and I'm going to talk a little bit soon about what I think will happen at the end in a second, towards the end of the video, but I look at it as in like, there's so much evidence in this guy's face. And this is the part that you never want to fall for if a woman's presenting this one thing or a few things to you and you're convinced by it being that this is it. This is going to get you to a next level. Now, since I've talked to a lot of fellas, sometimes there's cases of maybe if he does this differently or he helps out the situation in a matter of making sure that, hey, I have her not feeling so bad about things, or I know how to talk to her now because before I came off this way, or simply like she's such a good woman, let's say that, and I might have been not about her in that current moment. That's not the case with Travis. Travis is giving off, I wanted her, and I believe her name is Lena. Y'all correct me. I'm just trying to remember everything that I've learned. But if he's given all of this, but it comes with money and then it can be removed, does she want him really? And it's just a factor of like, he obviously cares about her. There's plenty, I've seen videos, but I would say there's plenty of times where the impression he's given off is that whatever you guys say is what you guys say. Whatever people's input is their input. They shouldn't even really have an input. But at the end of the day, like, and I seen this comment, which I want to bring up of like, he's going to thank us later, or he's going to appreciate this later. In other words, basically like, I think he is caught up in the situation. It looks like, or it seems like, let me at least say, trying to give it a disclaimer type of thing, but like, he's not really comprehending everything that's happening. And I'm not saying that they don't have no love for each other. I think sometimes people don't talk about that. Like, you get used to people, you get attached to people, there's comfortability, there's intimacy. Like, that's not thrown away. I don't care what anybody says. That's not thrown away. However, the intentions of going about it a certain way afterwards for a female, or what she got involved with right away, is another portion. So if she got involved with it because of, oh, I will have the idea of having more, I will have the idea of being secured, or I'm giving somebody that's not even my type, I go for the jocks, I go for the rude boys, I go for the harsh men, or guys that disrespect me, because chaos is also another portion of it, right? Then that's, again, another portion of, did she understand, learn anything with him? Because clearly, 5 years, somebody can stay with the person for whatever benefits they're getting. However, you're still tolerating a lot of things. And most times, I'm being fair right now. Most times you can be like, oh, I like that, or I'm okay with that. I feel like if he was just not acceptable completely, she would be gone. Now, I'm not saying that she's in it for the right reasons. I don't think she is. But I'm trying to say that Travis is not willing to let go. And maybe her impression of like, I can get away with certain stuff is winning for her. In other words, like I've said in my original video, he's dropping her off at parties and waiting outside. Obviously, that's not a good look. So it's just like, whatever is in it for him, he's okay with it. But he, in my opinion, he doesn't have the right people around him and still doesn't have enough knowledge. Again, I'm trying to say it in the most respectful way. He doesn't have enough knowledge to understand, like, is that really a cool thing to do? Did any of her exes do that? Would a man do that for a woman? Does that make him feel like insecurities and disrespect is being played out? These are questions that have to be asked that I don't feel like he's asking himself, that is not being confronted to him. It's almost like giving like, oh, I'm going to do it. And it's all jolly. It's all lovely. But dismissing, is it playing a factor to you? And if he does not support her, show up, do these type of treatments, is that going to make her still stay around? I don't think so. So that still plays an impact, a large impact onto her behavior, because he's been putting up with it. Now, before I continue on, y'all, please let me know your opinions. How do you feel about the situation? I feel like there's a lot going on with them. At the same time, I think some sort of stuff is clear as day, and it's easy to understand what is really happening. At the same time, too, again, there's a level of not knowing what's going on behind the scenes, and I want to bring emphasis on that because it also means like there could be a lot of bad, and they're getting help with media, whatever, people giving him an input. But for one, it won't determine if he leaves her. And also, when we're going through the truth, then he has to know, like, is it enough for him? Because I've heard people saying cheating is not going to be their deal breaker, right? Some people are in an open relationship. Some people, and obviously it's not considered cheating then, but like some people do different dynamics. And bottom line is a Travis thing. Like for him specifically, do you really want to keep putting up with that? Do you really want to be feeling like you can get more or you have more, and then that could be the potential? I hope you're following where it's like there's that idea, there's that next step, but it's his choice. And y'all, remember, if you want to join the Patreon and get exclusive access and more benefits, you can. There's a community already being built there, so the link is down below. And then consultations per usual, if you want to go ahead and join, you can. The links will be there. And happy early New Year's. Whenever you see it, happy New Year's, right? Because it won't be too long after New Year's, I'm thinking, but I just want to throw that out there. And so to kind of conclude, because we're at the end of my video, just make sure that you're understanding that with Travis, as much as he has to have the realization, there's still a level of his own psychological understanding. There's still him viewing a specific way that, in a sense, like, he doesn't see it as everybody. We still don't know every single detail. I could always speak from, like, what I think is happening, but at the end of the day, like, what is really happening? And there's the wrong, and the wrong is wrong. Cheating is definitely not a negotiable part of it, but that's the other aspect that he might be overlooking. So it's one thing to say like, oh, he's wrong, he should leave her. And then there's the, well, I'm gonna stay. Because women do it too. Sometimes they stay with a cheater, whether it's good or a bad reason. But I'm just trying to say with him, he might not be understanding. It might be for a wrong reason at this point, at this given point. Because again, if it hits harder or it hits differently down the line, that could be the case. I'm going to leave this video at this. There's more to touch on, but I'll leave it at this. And as per usual, make sure you do check out the links down below. I love y'all. Make sure you're taking care of yourself, and I will talk to y'all very much soon. Bye, y'all.